Good evening. Welcome to the weekly show, Living Life on Purpose, with your hostess, Sandy D. Johnson. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing on this fabulous? What's today? Tuesday. It's been quite a week. I'm kind of at the end of the school year. We're in our last week of school, and I just want to be here for a second to kind of talk to you about Jesus. Did Jesus have boundaries? We hear so often, especially among our young people, I don't want no negative energy around me. I got boundaries, you overcrossing my boundaries. And I'm just going to bring it to myself personally. I am the queen of the cutoff. And I recently had cut off somebody, and I had to examine myself to see, did I really handle that correctly? The cutoff. When people kind of start pushing my buttons, I just pull away and end the friendship or relationship or um, and I start thinking, how would Jesus how to handle that? And what I'm finding too is cutting off boundaries limits your growth. Because are you really setting a boundary or putting yourself in a box? Are you really setting a boundary or you're limiting or is it a box of security and safety? A box of unforgiveness? A box that is limited in which ways you can expand? Because one way that keeps my mind going is to have variety of people around me that can kind of motivate me to have thought processes. So when I'm in a box, my thought processes is not the same. So Jesus had Judas in his camp, and he knew he wasn't about him. So I had to just kind of sit in it and say, are my boundaries really a box? When did we see Jesus set boundaries? When the people came and said, how often do you forgive your brother? He said 70 times 7. Whole bunch. When did he really set boundaries? He said shake the dust after you've tried and tried and tried. But also the people who are kind of your adversaries, the people who kind of irk you, that's when your development take place. Have you ever been on a job and it's just somebody you're like, oh, I can't stand them or I really don't like them around me. But that's where your patience grow. That's where your persistence grow. That's where your grace grows. So if you only have people around you like you, thinking like you, there's no room for growth. So I want you to really think about when you're saying, I only want positive energy, that negative energy can be a blessing because it's going to bring some areas of your life to grow to fruition for your purpose that God has for you. So just think about that. Did Jesus have boundaries? Am I really having boundaries or boxes? That's really all I have today. We're going to start, I think it's next week, interviewing we have some wonderful presenters for the My Story, My Journey retreat. I'm going to just show you this little video. My Story, My Journey is a 2-day experience that challenges women to open up their hearts to God, experience connection with other women, and learn about themselves. It is a call for women from all walks of life to connect deeply with their own dreams and God-given purpose. The theme of the 2021 summer retreat is fluid. Join us as we learn how to flow in purpose. We have an exciting time planned. Spiritual development, personal development, self-care to move your life towards the purpose that God has intended for you. So, ladies, get registered. The cost is all inclusive. We have two different types of lodging. We have the bunk lodging, which is in the side of building, and then we have tent lodging. I did the tent lodging this week because of COVID. You bring somebody you really trust to the retreat, and you guys are going to be in the same tent. The tent holds 8 to 10 people, but it's big. It's going to have only 2 people in it. And then we have most of the activities are going to be outdoors. But we will still have our PPP in order. If you're vaccinated, you can, be a little bit more comfortable. I'm personally vaccinated. So ladies, get registered. The theme is fluid. We're going to learn how to flow in God's purpose and flow without boundaries. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm sorry, I'm just tired. Have an awesome rest of your day. And remember, Jesus, did he have boundaries? And you can inbox me to tell me his boundaries. And when did he say enough is enough? Was it more grace than boundaries? Are we cutting people off before we get the lesson? Um, and when something is on repeat in your life, it's because you didn't learn something. So just think